No. No, I mean, it's, you know, after 29 years of every day walking into that building, the thing that I remember, and I've shared this story a few times, I was being interviewed by a business magazine, a Utah Valley business magazine, and Nuskin was being recognized as the #1 employer in the state. And our city is actually one of the best places to live in the country. I mean, unless you live in Dallas, but you know, the reporter asked me the question, so what's so special about Nuskin? And I said, you know, at the time it was 27 years, you know, so for 27 years I've been walking into this building every morning, and I'm usually the first employee at the office. I come in, the parking lot's empty. Now I plug in my car. I have an electric car. And I said, you know, I walk through this hallway and I see the pictures on this wall. And what it means to me is I know every one of those people. I've been to their homes. I've been to funerals. I've been to weddings. I've been to children's events. Not because I have to. You know, Blake didn't come in and say, hey, Scott, I want you to go to Dave Johnson's funeral. No. I went because Dave and I loved each other. I mean, we had our ups and downs over the 25 years when things that I would do would kind of make Dave a little frustrated. But obviously my role was to defend the long-term interest of the company, to protect the business for the long term. And I said to the reporter, I said, I know these people, and I love them, and they're family. And I said, sometimes I come in here and I think I'm coming to Camelot. I told this to the reporter. And I said, you know, you won't understand this, but Camelot was a place that was too good to be true. And you walk through that building, and I promise you'll feel what I feel. And you'll understand that this isn't a business. This is a family. And we're all in this together. I mean, we are in the good moments and the bad. The thing that gives me joy is that I know that a distributor can count on me when they're having a tough time, and I can count on them when I need a little shoulder. Because I do too once in a while, you know. It's tough sometimes. When I was in Rome with a team lead, my wife and I were having lunch, and the team lead said to my wife, well, your husband can never retire. And my wife said, you know, for 29 years, I haven't had a husband. And my children haven't had a father. And my grandchildren haven't had a grandfather. And you know, to me, you need to understand that for me, Nuskin's family. For my wife, Nuskin is family. For her, she understood. She understood that my role was one that I was going to sacrifice a lot of things. Because we were about building a bigger family than just the nucleus that stood within the four walls of our home. And it was a global family. And Blake was too. Steve was too. Sandy was too. We were all about building a bigger family than what resided in the four walls of our home. And that's what gives me joy. What gives me joy is that I get to belong to a company where my life has been blessed. So enough of that. Anyway.
So appreciate you, Scott.
Yes. Love you all. So, you know, let's remember the power we have in our hands. Right now is an amazing time. An amazing time. If you don't have my phone number, you need my phone number.
Yes.
I don't need this. don't have my phone number, it's 801-310-6984. 801-310-6984. That's my personal cell. And you know, you can, I mean, anybody here who's ever used it knows that when I give it out because I answer my own phone. I don't have a secretary who picks up my phone. I wish she would sometimes, but that's neither here nor there. That's for me to figure out one of these days. But I give it out because I want you to know you're never in this business alone. You are never alone in this business. You're going to feel alone sometimes. You're going to feel like the whole world abandoned you, but you're never alone. You're going to have people here who love and care for you, and you're going to have an employee and a lot of employees in Provo who love and care for you too, who will give up everything for the ultimate mission of making people's life better. And that's what we're about. That's what makes Nuskin great.